Forget retro gaming goodness.
In the early 90s, I made that leap from my beloved 8-bit to the 16. It was the start of a whole new look and sound. This is the story of my 16-bit days. And welcome to this first episode. And in this one, I'm going to have a look at a particular Mega Drive / Genesis game that I absolutely loved from the early 90s. Rocket Knight Adventures burst onto the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive in 1993, courtesy of Konami. If you know your 16-bit or arcade history, the late 80s to mid-90s was Konami's golden period, as far as arcade and console gaming goes. It's almost like they could do no wrong. Tiny Toon Adventures, The Simpsons Arcade, any of the Turtles games, Sunset Riders, etc., etc. Konami were an unstoppable force in 8, 16 and arcade scenes, and Rocket Knight hit right in the middle of all this golden gaming chaos. This game was a total blind bar for me in 1993. I had seen a small preview in a gaming magazine, but knew very little about the game. But that Konami logo gave me enough confidence to pick it up from a dodgy gaming shop I used to frequent in Durban, South Africa, in an alley called London House Arcade, which ironically had no arcades, but just a bunch of gaming shops run by questionable individuals selling bootleg console games for prices normal people could actually afford. I bought a lot of games there. Rocket Knight was a platform action game, although platforming is just a small part of the gameplay, and the fast-paced action nature was where the game really shines. It was directed by Nobuya Nakazato, who'd also worked on the PS1 classic Vandal Hearts, which I absolutely love, and Contra 3 Alien Wars, amongst a host of other absolute gems. Unlike many Genesis games up till that point, which were variations on Super NES versions, Rocket Knight was the first time Konami made a Sega exclusive from the ground up, and wow, was it impressive. Every single programming trick was thrown at Sega's system to push it to the limit, in not only visual terms, but with the FM sound chip getting one of the best soundtracks of the Genesis 16-bit era, so much so that I actually bought the vinyl soundtrack many years later. Rocket Knight was really something special, and part of a trilogy of exclusive Genesis classics that us Sega owners really got to revel in. So before we go any further, let's check out a 16-bit selection from one of my social media friends.
Hello, my name is Todd The Top Loader, and today, what am I going to be talking about? Shinobi 3, the Ninja Master himself. You had The Revenge of Shinobi, Shadow Dancer, if you want to include that. Some people do, some people don't. I personally don't care, because I'm talking about Shinobi 3. What a great game, and I never knew it existed until the Wii Virtual Console. What? Well, look, I had a Super Nintendo growing up, and I had a Master System back in the day as well, but I never had a Mega Drive itself. So I missed a lot of his great games. Sure, I had Sonic to play with friends, but not many of them had the Shinobi games. When it came onto the Wii Virtual Console around 2006 or 5 or whatever it was at the time, I played it because I had heard the name Shinobi, and I was curious to play the game Shinobi. When I played the third one for the first time, it blew my mind. I couldn't believe how great a game it was and what I was missing out on. I thought it was fantastic because I love ninjas. If you know me, you know I love ninjas. I love the Ninja Turtles. I love the last Ninja game on the Commodore 64. I love ninjas. Everything about ninjas I love. So this is a perfect game for me to play. And if I was a kid playing this, I would have loved it so much. But I never had a Mega Drive. Now, I have all the Shinobi games on the Mega Drive, sitting there nicely on my shelf, looking beautiful and bright. Yeah, I love them. I love the box arts. I love everything about these releases. You can run and jump and spray out all your shurikens to the enemies around you. Like a big bonfire of shurikens coming down at them, exploding onto them. What a fun game. It had stealth, it had climbing, it had everything you want to do in a ninja game. It had superpowers that would explode onto the screen. It was exciting. Look how excited I am just talking about how exciting Shinobi 3 is, being a ninja master in himself. What I love also about this game is how you get the horse riding levels. It changes it up. It reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you go onto like the surfboards and stuff like that in the sewer. Sewer surfing, but with horses on back. You're on a horse's back. You're doing all different types of things in this game compared to the previous games, because it changes it up that much to make it a little bit more varied in the overall scheme of things. But Shinobi 3, it's the pinnacle of the series for me. Yes, people do prefer The Revenge of Shinobi. No questions there, because it's also a great game. They're both great games. For me, it's Shinobi 3 though. It's literally my favorite game to play on the Mega Drive. Once I found it, I couldn't believe it was there the whole time, but I've been missing out for so long. Everything, all these elements, mystical elements come together. And you feel like you are a ninja, stealth moding throughout the levels, and that's what you want. You want to feel like a ninja. And that's what this game does. It makes you feel like you are a ninja. And that's all I've ever wanted to be, was a ninja. If you know me at all, growing up, all you know of me is that I've always just wanted to be a ninja. And this makes me feel like a ninja. And that's why I bloody love this game.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
So after that cool selection, let's get back to the featured game.
And now onto the actual game itself, which from the moment you slap it in till the time you turn it off just puts a big smile on your face. In Rocket Knight you play Sparkster, a possum trying to stop an invasion of a pig army on the land of Elhorn. Equipped with a trusty sword and a jetpack, he sets out to get things sorted. The game is made up of 7 stages in total with multiple parts to each. Gameplay switches are around every corner of this game, from the rock'em sock'em robot bashing, shoot 'em up sequences, platform action, and of course our minecart section, because what's a 90s game without a minecart section? The bosses are the real highlight, showcasing extreme originality in design and gameplay, but also a visual treat like something out of some sort of demented treasure game. Rocket Knight's simple jump, slice and boost mechanic make every gameplay switch feel unique to play, and they all highlight a different part of the gameplay to enjoy. The difficulty is also well balanced, going from a walk in the park to challenging without being too annoying. Graphically, it truly is a feast for the eyes. Multiple parallax scrolling effects, wonderfully animated sprites, and it's extremely colorful to say the least. The music never misses a beat and features a who's who of Konami soundtrack kings and queens, delivering a score that perfectly captures each level it's designed for and puts to rest the bad Genesis FM sound theory, as it really comes down to actual programming skills at the end of the day. Like with everything else, it's sublime and worth buying the soundtrack for without a second thought. Rocket Knight is the full 16-bit package, visually stunning with brilliant level and boss designs. If you've never played it, then please add it to your backlog. You will not be disappointed.
And thanks for joining me, Bastish B at 64K. I hope you had a good time. Also, please check out the links to my guests in the video description. And if you can please like and subscribe, that'll be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.